Good afternoon. Welcome to the November 20th, 2023 meeting of Gaston County Board of Education. I'm Jeff Ramsey, Chairman of the Board. I would like to welcome everyone to our meeting today. To my left is our Vice Chair, Dot Cherry, and I'd like to start with Mr.
Lee Dedman, Gastonia Township.
Josh Crisp, Dallas Township.
Robbie Lovelace, Cherryville Township.
Todd Kinlaw, South Point Township.
Dot Guthrie, Gastonia Township.
A.M. Stevens, Riverbend Township.
Brent Moore, Crowders Mountain Township.
Thank you. Our first order of business is to have our invocation and pledge of allegiance to the flag. I'd like to ask Dr. Laws to lead us.
Tonight's devotional thought comes from Dick and Ruth Foth in their book, Known. From Edinburgh, Scotland, comes a famous story of a dog and his owner that expresses devotion and tenacity in equal measure. Wait a minute. I'm going to remember this before I retire. The story began in 1850 when John Gray came to the city to be a gardener. Unable to find work, he joined the police force as a night watchman. To keep him company through the long nights, he would take his small Skye Terrier named Bobby with him on his rounds. They became part of the living landscape of the city night after night for years. John later contracted tuberculosis and died in the winter of 1858. He was buried in Greyfriars. What happened next became legend in the city. Bobby, the Skye Terrier, would not leave his master's grave. Except for accepting midday meals from the kind people in the area, Bobby stayed there day and night with his master. The caretaker tried on many occasions to evict the dog, but to no avail. Finally, he provided the little dog with a shelter by the grave. When the city passed an ordinance that all unlicensed dogs would be destroyed, the Lord Provost of Edinburgh, William Chambers, purchased a license for Bobby and had a collar engraved for the little dog. And until his death 14 years later, the citizens cared for Bobby while he guarded his master's body. If you walk to Greyfriars today, you can't miss the statue that stands across the street. It is the sculpture of Bobby, with these words inscribed on the base. Greyfriars Bobby died 14 of January, 1872, age 16 years. Let his loyalty and devotion be a lesson to us all. Let's pause a moment for reflection and prayer. Thank you. Let's stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Dr. Laws. Our next order of business is adopt the agenda. Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda? Okay, second, Mr. Kinlaw. All in favor? That's unanimous. Our next order of business is to hear good news happening in our schools. Mr. Todd Higgins, what good news do you have for us tonight?
Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, and Dr. Laws, I am pleased to present our good news recognition for the month of November, and we have a full slate of good news to share with you this evening. First, we would like for Ashbrook High School senior Sean Adams and Highland School of Technology senior Karen Wood to come forward. Sean and Karen are our semifinalists in the 2024 National Merit Scholarship Program. The National Merit Scholarship Program is highly competitive, as less than 1% of the high school seniors in the United States earn the semifinalist status. The semifinalists for each state are chosen based on academic achievement. Sean and Kieran are among more than 16,000 semifinalists in the National Merit Scholarship Program, and now they have the opportunity to compete for one of more than 7,000 National Merit Scholarships, collectively valued at nearly $28 million that will be awarded in the spring. Congratulations to Sean and Kieran. Your achievements in the National Merit Scholarship Program are impressive, and we extend our best wishes to you as you move forward to represent Gaston County Schools in the national competition.
Mr. Chair, board colleagues, Superintendent Laws, to each of you. Last week we celebrated American Education Week. Tonight we celebrate these young people for a phenomenal job that you have done, and we are very proud of you. And I think we need to celebrate them one more time. The great erudite who once did found a whole institution, 5 children and $1.50, Mayor McLeod Bethune. Now there's a major university named Bethune. You young people, this evening can continue your legacy in pursuit of excellence in education. And we as a village, my favorite African proverb is, it takes a village to raise a child. We are here this evening to let you know that Sean Adams, we're proud of you. And we're proud of you. And parents, we are proud of your children. Very well. You allow your lights to shine. Thank you. Oh, I'd love to.
Okay, everybody look right here for me.
Now we
if they have
need parents.
their principals and
Proud
their parents.
and principals. I saw Dr. Wilson. We all come up, please. Parents, we celebrate with you.
We'll scoot in just a little bit this way. Yep. Oh, you block them all out. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ready to look right here for me? Got it. Thank you.
Now my board colleagues would like to congratulate you. Yes, leadership is important.
Thanks for working.
Now we would like to invite Highland School of Technology sophomore Madison Darnell to come forward. Last month, Madison made Gaston County sports history, becoming the first tennis player to claim a North Carolina High School Athletic Association state individual title. Madison won the 1A girls singles title in the state tournament held at the Cary Tennis Park, and she did not drop a set en route to her state title win. In addition, Madison played a key role in guiding the Highland team to the 1A Western Regional Finals. Madison, we are very proud of you and your outstanding achievement as a student athlete here in Gaston County Schools. Congratulations on being a state champion.
Definitely my pleasure to do this. I was fortunate enough 2 weeks ago to go by Highland School of Technology. And I asked Mr. Montgomery, said, I'd like to meet that state champion. If you look in your dictionary and look up the word success, it's her. If children that look you in the eye, have a bright smile, not only are you great at tennis, you're going to be a wonderful student, you're going to be a great, successful person. We're very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing off the Converse.
Got it?
Are you folks here?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations. She must have got her own mom.
Everybody look right here for me. There you go.
Gaston, if you want to shake everybody's hand, I'm sure you should. Congratulations. all.
Thank you so much.
Now we would like to bring special attention to the Highland School of Technology. With us are Principal James Montgomery and members of the Highland staff. They are joining us to celebrate their official distinction as a National Blue Ribbon School for 2023.
We've got an awards thing tonight, so they're.
Oh, okay. Well, that's have an award thing. First of all, we're really very proud of you. This is the second time that Highland has won the award. And most of the time when you get a big plaque like this, there's a lot of writing on it. But this one just says National Blue Ribbon School, and that tells it all. There's only 365 in the state in the United States. But tomorrow, or today, we'll all hold this up. But I'm very proud of all your accomplishments at Highland, your students, your teachers, your parents. It takes a lot, as Ms. Guthrie says, to have a village of support. Congratulations again.
We want everyone to know that last week Highland took the national stage in Washington, D.C. to receive its National Blue Ribbon Award from the United States Department of Education. As Mr. Dedman mentioned, Highland is one of only 8 schools in North Carolina to receive this award this year, and 353 in the nation. And you may recall that Highland also won the National Blue Ribbon Award in 2017. So for a school to have 2 National Blue Ribbon Awards, that is extremely impressive. We would like to commend Highland on its continued commitment to academic excellence, and we are looking forward to tomorrow afternoon for the big National Blue Ribbon School celebration and ceremony at Highland School of Technology. Next, we would like to invite Cameron Birch from Ashbrook High School to come forward. Last month, Cameron was selected to receive the prestigious 2024 Division on Autism and Developmental Disabilities Shriver Kennedy Student Achievement Award. In his nomination for the award, his teacher, Amber Radford, shared the following. Cameron is an amazing young man. He is the pride and joy of our classroom, and he is a ray of light to see each day. To witness his progress in social, academic, and emotional growth during his time in high school has been fantastic. He has allowed himself to step outside of his comfort zone in all areas and grow into an independent and confident young man. He has such a bright future ahead of him. He entered high school with a shy, sheltered, and prompt dependent attitude, but now, through socialization, practice, and routine, he has become an outgoing, conversation initiating, kind young man who is happy to be at school each day with family and friends. And we want you to listen to this. Cameron will be recognized at the Division on Autism and Developmental Disabilities Annual Conference in Honolulu, Hawaii this January. He is attending the ceremony with his mother and his grandmother, and I know that all of us would like to be there as well to cheer him on as he brings national recognition to Gaston County schools.
Cameron, we're so very proud of you. Look at that smile. Does that not confidence? We are so very proud of you. Congratulations. You have done such wonderful things. Will you do us a favor? Will you bring us back some pictures when you go to Hawaii? Yes. Bless you. Good job, good job, good job. We're going to get some pictures, okay? Look at that smile.
He has some people here if you want.
We're going to get some of those too.
Okay, look right here for him. Great. Okay, we get family.
You're famous. You're famous, Cameron.
We get Cam?
Family members,
Famous?
his principal.
Yes, you're famous. You're famous. Any and everybody, come on. This is a celebration.
He got some cousins out there also. You want
Oh, I'm so happy.
He wants you, Ashley. He wants you. You got lots of people, Got your smile on.
Okay, can you see everybody?
Everybody ready? Here. Everybody smile really big. Got it. Good.
Now we would like to invite Tyler Fuentes, a senior at Hunter Huss High School, to come forward. And Tyler may be in the lobby. He's on his way. Tyler is here this evening with Principal Brian Denton, the Assistant Principal William Winston, and art teacher Taylor Stump. Recently, Tyler was recognized as one of the Young Artist winners by the Professional Educators of North Carolina. His painting, titled A Child's Gift, earned third place in the high school statewide category. And he has his picture with him, which is I'm glad he brought it with him. I'm glad he brought it. Let's bring that up so people, because I'm going to talk about it. So we'll just.
There, I'll hold it. I'll be the holder of the picture.
In Tyler's view, his painting symbolizes a message from a child expressing unwavering love and respect for their mother, emphasizing that despite any challenges in their relationship, the bond remains strong, similar to a mother's love and protection for her cub. We congratulate Tyler on this well-deserved state achievement. As a state-level winner, he will be acknowledged as a published artist in the Professional Educators of North Carolina newsletter and on the organization's website. Congratulations to you, Tyler.
It says for me, not the board. Oh my gosh, this is fantastic. You're published. Do you know how spectacular that is? Well, let's see a big old smile, because that's spectacular. It's awesome. On behalf of the board, we have this tiny little certificate. It pales in comparison to what you just won. This is awesome. From one Husky to another. Congratulations, congratulations. I'm so proud of you.
And board members, we also have with us a representative from the Professional Educators of North Carolina with us to make a presentation to Tyler as well.
There's a certificate and $50 gift card for you.
There you go. There you go. Thank you for being here. Do you have anything you want to say?
We wanted to recognize his teacher, Miss Stump, as well for submitting his artwork.
Let's have Ms. Taylor Stump, the art teacher at Hunter High School, to come forward. And we have a special recognition for her as well from the Professional Educators of North Carolina.
And there's your gift. Thank you so much. There's a gift certificate for $100 in there for you, hopefully to buy more art supplies for your students.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you can bring them more notes anytime. I don't mind that one bit.
Okay, great. I will be glad to.
Allison, we'll get a few pictures and then we'll get pictures of everybody else. Come on, hold Allison. Hold and
Okay.
me.
Everybody look right here through me. Perfect. Got it.
Now, if Dr. Denton's here,
Yes.
Mr. Winston,
He's here.
um,
Dr.
family,
Denton's here, and family and friends that are with us.
friends.
Come forward and we'll take a photograph.
Good, good. Come on up, Mom. I'll be happy to step in.
You guys kind of squeeze in a little bit on this end right there. Perfect. Okay, everybody look right here at me. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
You did a great job. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing your artwork with us.
And thank you for what you do.
Morgan's round from acrylic. Thank you.
And we certainly appreciate Ms. Branch from the Professional Educators of North Carolina for being with us this evening. Now we would like to invite Cherville High School Principal Sean Hubers and teacher Matt Powers to come forward, and there may be other representatives from Cherville High School with us. We would like for them to come forward to recognize Cherville High School. They conducted a ceremony recently to present a check in the amount of $5,000 to the Levine Cancer Institute. The money was generated through a variety of fundraising initiatives, including a Pink Out shirt campaign, which they are showing you tonight, a powder puff volleyball and football games, and a Sadie Hawkins dance. When averaging the total amount, Cherville High School successfully raised nearly $10 per student. This exceeded the school's initial fundraising goal, and we are thrilled that the students and staff of Cherville High School have made a significant contribution to the ongoing battle against cancer. Thank you for your efforts.
Cherryville Ironman. This is what it's all about, isn't it? To be an Ironman, sharing is caring. Caring is sharing, and that's exactly what happens at Cherryville High School. I want to thank you so much. Matt Powers here saved my life one night when I had a heart attack, took me to the hospital, and through your efforts and the students' efforts and Mr. Huber's efforts, you're still going to be saving lives. This is what it's all about. When I worked at Cherryville for 35 years, the most I ever fundraised was $4,600 in one fundraiser, so you beat me, buddy. And I'm so glad you did. It's going to such a worthwhile cause. We've had many of our teachers, I think, have to visit Levine Cancer Center, and it's an absolutely wonderful thing to be associated with the Cherryville Ironmen who are so caring. On behalf of the school board, I would like to present the certificate of recognition to Cherryville High School Outstanding Contribution to Levine Cancer Institute. Thank you so much. All right. Anybody else want to come up and get a picture? You've got parents out there, come on. Mr. and Mrs. Hovis. Becca, come on up. You don't want to? We need you here, honey. Step right in. Come on, Mama. Absolutely.
Okay. Everybody look right here for me. Got it.
Thank you. Appreciate all the hard work you take so good. Thank you for what a great job you guys did. Good to see you again. Thank you.
Long time no talk.
Next, we have another school that is making a contribution to the battle against cancer. We would like to invite the South Point High School girls golf team to come forward. And I think they are out in the lobby. And as they come forward, I'd like to introduce the students: Samantha Clements, Amelia Connor, Sophia Serwinski, Carly Ann Phillips, Madison Pruden, Sophia Travinsky, Chloe Villarreal, and coaches Jason Lineberger and Steve Hudgens. In September, the South Point girls golf team made a generous contribution of $1,480 to the Kramer Mountain Club Ladies Golf Association's Take a Swing Against Breast Cancer charity golf event. This is a significant donation that will be put to good use. In addition to being excellent at fundraising and supporting our community, the girls golf team won the Big South 3A Conference Championship title. They went on to achieve third place in the Western Regional Championship, and they finished sixth in the state championship. And additionally, sophomore Madison Pruden earned a notable seventh place finish in the individual 3A state championship. Congratulations to all of you on your success this year, and thank you for showing the true spirit of caring and giving in Gaston County Schools.
On behalf of the Gaston County Board of Education, I want to tell you how proud we are of you guys of what you do, not only on the competition field, but also giving back and helping in the cancer awareness. I have folks, both my parents are cancer survivors. I have a mother-in-law that's a cancer survivor, so I appreciate what you guys are doing. Congratulations again. It takes a lot of focus, not only in the classroom, but on the course, to stay in there, and we're so proud of you. So I present this to, who's the head coach? Mr. Lineberg. I'll give it to you.
Thank you.
And congratulations to you guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Great job. Hello, Ms. Phillips. Good to see you.
Good to see
Wow.
you, too.
Hello. Good morning. Yeah, how you guys? Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little rearranging here so we can. So I'm gonna have you come right up here for me and stand in the front. And you're gonna come forward and stand right there and just like move right there so you're not walking behind. You're in right here. Perfect. And then you're gonna go there and then you stand together. That'd be good. I'm gonna have you peek through. I'm gonna have you move to this end right here. And then we'll have, yeah.
And if we can, let's let the students hold the plaque in the front of the picture. Get that in the picture.
Okay, everybody look right here for me. Got it.
And we also have the principal, Josh Allen, here, and there may be others, parents and others that would like to join us for a picture.
There's more parents in here. Parents? Anybody?
Are they shy?
Mr. Phillips?
They're going to pass on the opportunity.
Ready right here for me?
Okay.
Come on around.
Yeah, and we'll have our golf team greet the Board of Education. Mr. Chairman, I told you earlier that we had a full slate. We have 2 more items. And so now at this time, we would like to invite Stuart W. Kramer High School students Rich Wills and Drew Mercer to come forward. I don't think Rich is here. Rich is not here. Okay. Well, I'll read about both of you anyway, okay? This is Drew Mercer from Stuart W. Kramer High School. You may remember, Board of Education, that we recognized Rich last year, and we are recognizing him again this year because Rich won the Gaston County Amateur Golf Tournament for the 2nd consecutive year. And we have learned that Rich also has signed a national letter of intent to play golf at Clemson University. So this is Drew Mercer. He's a freshman at Stuart W. Kramer High School. Drew placed 3rd in the Gaston County Amateur Golf Tournament. He scored a 217 over 3 days and also earned the Low Junior Mike Taylor Award. The tournament was held at Catawba Creek Golf Club, Kramer Mountain Golf Club, and the Gaston Country Club. And this year's event raised $98,000 to support individuals and families battling cancer right here in Gaston County. We are extremely proud to have 2 of our students take 2 of the top 3 spots in the Gaston County Amateur Tournament. This spring, Rich and Drew will set their sights on claiming the 3A Individual State Championship and the Team State Championship in golf. And who knows, maybe one day we will see them on the PGA Tour. How does that sound? They certainly are headed in the right direction.
So I've actually already asked both Drew and Rich for their autograph because I want to be one of the first ones to get it because I see bright things in these guys' future. So if you don't know, in golf, one of the things that we call somebody that practices really hard is a range goat. And Drew and Rich both are range goats, but we got an ongoing gag that I give Drew a hard time. Every time I see him not on the range, I'm like, Drew, why aren't you practicing right now? And he always laughs and says, hey, well, I just came off playing 18 holes. But I'm very proud of both these young men. They work really hard, and they epitomize the hard work that we're known for here in Gaston County. They're both great students, and I'm excited to see their future. So congratulations, Drew.
Thank you.
And listen, so I'm gonna put you on the spot because we're being recorded right now, we're on TV. So I heard that Rich has mentored you. Now you gotta pay it forward and you gotta pick somebody you're gonna mentor as well, okay? You don't have to tell it right now. Oh, he asked me before we got started. He's like, hey, do I have to say anything? I said, absolutely, you gotta talk about how wonderful I am. So. He said, that's a very short speech.
Could you guys look right here for me? Okay, got it.
Parents, y'all wanna come up? And
The
sister?
principal from Stewart W.
Yep.
Primer. Coaches, any
The
others
coaches,
that may be
coach
with us?
I don't think-
Principal Jessica Steiner is with us as well.
There you go. It's right here. Got it.
And we will ask Ms. Steiner to take the certificate to Rich as well, if she will.
Congratulations, young man. Congratulations, good work.
That's awesome.
And to conclude our good news this evening, we would like to present the Superintendent's Unsung Hero Award, and we want to invite Steve Smarr from Hunter S. High School to come forward. Mr. Smarr represents all of the outstanding bus drivers we have in Gaston County Schools. With more than 40 years of service as a bus driver, Mr. Smarr is an excellent example of what a bus driver should be. A person who cares about children, is dedicated to the job, and always keeps safety at the forefront. I understand that Dr. Laws first met Mr. Smarr at the back-to-school transportation meeting in August, and I think Dr. Laws would like to share a comment or two.
So in the summer, it was like right at the beginning of my opportunity to be the interim superintendent. I went to the bus convocation, and I got to meet Mr. Smarr. 40 years. To put it in perspective, Lee Dedman was almost young then. So I just think it's remarkable when we think about the value of bus drivers and what they do for young people, getting their day off to a good start and ending their day with a happy face at the end of a day. I just can't imagine 40 years of doing that in service to young people and to our Hunter Husk community. And Steve, you just make us proud. And I just thought, you know what? I get to do this for the months I'm here, and I wanted to see you, and I am proud of you. Thank you, Steve.
Growing up over in that area, and my whole family have gone through Huss. I've known Steve for a long time. He's not only the consummate bus driver, but he's the consummate Husky. He's at every ball game. He supports every kid, good, bad, and indifferent. And we all know the good, bad, and indifferent. And he raises up every single child. He goes above and beyond besides just being a bus driver. He is very supportive in every way. And my father used to say, listen to what they say, watch what they do. Steve is one of those that you see all the things that he does beyond his job. So I couldn't be more proud of the years that he has spent in Gaston County, and I wish we had a lot more Steve Smarrs. So congratulations on behalf of the board. A small token to say we love you, we appreciate you, and don't leave us.
Dr. Laws, will you join us for this photograph? And we'll also ask the principal and the assistant principal to come forward to join us as well.
And then anybody that you have with us with pictures. Balance me. Balance me.
Everybody right there?
you bring anybody?
Mr. Sup, Mr. Sup.
Let me give it back to you.
Everybody ready for this?
Thanks. If you don't mind, I'm a
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Good. And Mr. Chairman, that completes our good news recognition to the Board of Education for the month of November.
Thank you, Todd, for sharing all those good news with us. The next item on the agenda is our classroom moment. Our teachers and students do amazing things in each of our schools every day. This agenda item gives us the opportunity to share some of that with the members of the board and those watching on TV. So I'd like to turn it over to Superintendent Laws.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I got to remember to do that. Tonight's classroom moment is going to be presented by Dr. Jackson, and we have a video for us to look at. It's somewhat lengthy, but I think you will find it to be very informative. Dr. Jackson?
Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chair Cherry, members of the board, Superintendent Laws. I'm excited to introduce the principal of North Belmont and his staff, Principal Bean, and the principal at Woodhill Elementary, Ms. Henderson. They have a really good presentation prepared for you on morning meeting and family meeting. And at this time, Mr. Bean.
Good evening, Dr. Laws and the Gaston County Board of Education. I am Justin Beam, the principal of North Belmont Elementary, and it is an honor and privilege for me to stand up here and to introduce my wonderful staff and students. Just to talk a little bit about morning meeting. Morning meeting, as Dr. Bill Daggett says, requires three things. It requires rigor, relevance, and relationships. And those are the three pieces that the morning meeting does each and every day for our students, because it helps them to see not only the value of an education, but it also lets them see the value within themselves. And for many, they need that piece in order to be successful. So I'm going to introduce them. When I introduce them, if they will, oh, they're already here with me. I have Miss Sonia Helton, Miss Emma Cloninger, and I have my students Morgan Smith, Sabrina Leach, Dana Reyes Lopez, and Hannah Z. And I must say, not only are these the finest teachers you'll ever meet, every one of them at North Belmont is, but these are the finest Screaming Eagle students you'll ever meet as well. So I'm going to turn it over to them.
All right, they're bringing you one of our morning meeting notebooks so that you guys can look at it while we talk about what we do. And you may want to share between, I didn't bring enough for everybody, but if you want to, spread them out. Good evening, my name is Sonia Hilton, and I'm a fifth grade teacher at North Belmont Elementary. I've been teaching fifth grade there for 10 years, and
I'm Emma Cloninger. I'm also a fifth grade teacher at North Belmont, and I'm a first year teacher.
An amazing first year teacher. We're here tonight to give you a glimpse of our morning meeting routine, and we wanted to show you a few videos of our students during morning meeting. And then we're going to have them explain a little bit about what they like and what we do during that time. So, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I need the young one to do the technology.
I messed it up. The young one messed it up.
boys and girls. Let's start morning meeting. What we're going to do this morning is for a meet and greet. On your desk this morning when you came in, you found a word or a definition. And these are our vocabulary words for this week that go with our story. All right, so what I've done is I've taken your vocabulary cards and the definitions, and what I want you to do when I say go is you are going to find the person that matches your card. Either you have the word or they have the definition, and that is going to be your partner this morning. When you find your partner, I want you to stand side by side, and I'll give you your next instructions. Are you ready? Yes. Go. Good job. All right, we've got 2 partners spread out. Once you find your partner, spread out around the room. School in the morning before the bell rings, and they know to unpack and get started with the problems on the board. Ms. Cloninger, who is an amazing slide maker, makes our slides for our morning meeting. So I'm going to let her talk to you a little bit about what she does.
So when I'm making the slides, I like to do a combination of math and science review along with that community building in the classroom. So when I pick those math and science questions, I look a lot at the released EOGs and at the unpacking document the unpacking document from NCDPI. And as a first year teacher, it's helpful for me to see what students are going to be expected to perform at the end of the year, and it's helpful for the students to be exposed to what they're going to do at the end of the year. So it's a nice spiral review that we can keep hitting standards all year long in the morning time, but also have that piece of personal skill building and the community building in the classroom.
Everybody find their partner? Yeah. Okay, good job. So, part of morning meeting is that we greet each other and talk to each other. So the way that I want you to greet your friends today is we always say good morning. And remember that when we greet our friends or when we greet people, we always look them where? In the eyes. In the eyes. So I want you to turn and face your partner. You are going to greet your partner when I say go, and then your task after you greet them is you're going to give them a sentence using your vocabulary word. And then they are going to give you a sentence using your vocabulary word. If you understand what we're doing, put your thumb up, please. Awesome. And go.
I am very clever, and I had my invented something that on the wall is very striking.
You can't really hear well when you have 25 kids talking all at once. So usually once or twice a week we do a greeting. The greeting does several things. It gives students time to talk with their classmates about different topics. On this day we reviewed vocabulary. And by having them find the definition and word that went together, that also reinforced our vocabulary for the week. And then sometimes we work on manners, and I'm a big supporter of soft skills to help them with their future job interviews or just for conversations with people. Because in the day of texting, a lot of students cannot carry on a conversation with each other. Everybody find their partner? Yeah. And so what we're going to do really quick is we're going to play our video, the one that we do each day. Remember that your job is to answer these questions. I want you to write them in your morning meeting notebook, and you are going to make sure that after we watch the video, you're going to answer these questions. So be thinking about, how is the value of your life measured? That's a deep question, isn't it, guys? How is the value of your life measured? And the other one is, how do the people you surround yourself with impact this? How do the people you surround yourself with impact this? So we're going to play our video, pencils down, eyes on the board, and we're going to answer those questions as soon as we have that completed. Okay, so I want you to answer those questions. How is the value of your life measured? Is it measured the same by everyone? And how do the people you surround yourself with impact this? Do some people value you more? Do some people value you less?
So I make the slides the weekend before each week, and when thinking about the skill, the personal skill, the community building that I want the students to learn, I normally select a topic for each week and stay on that topic each day. And it's normally something that I've seen that the kids need to work on, whether it's growth mindset, and I've seen a student go, I just can't do math, and showing them that you can't do math yet. And there are things that they can work on, and there are things that they're good at. Or anything from good manners to responsibility, self-confidence. It's normally a need that I see that the students have that we try to help and support them with.
Hi, my name is Hannah Z. I'm a fifth grade student in Miss Helton's class. I wanted to talk about the videos that we watch each day. I feel like the videos that we watch are fun and informative. On some days, we will watch a video on things like why do we have daylight saving time, or today we watched things kids think about Thanksgiving. Other times, we watch videos that are inspirational. We always write something about each video. My favorite video this year was hello, because saying hello to others can make such a difference for them. My favorite part of the morning meeting is the daily video. It always has something inspirational or fun to learn. Thank you.
We're nervous, and they're very nervous. Okay, for time's sake, we did not get to show you the discussion of the video of the film. It was a very deep topic and actually carried over to the next day and even the day after that. Sometimes we find that these topics lead students into conversations about other topics, so we will make that the basis for our next video. Often we cover the same topic for the entire week. So what we're going to do really quick is we're going to play our video, the one that we morning. So what I would like for you to do is with your side partner, and if your side partner is not here right now, then just join a group. I would like for you to read the math problem that you guys did, and I want you to compare your answer with your side partner. See if you guys got the same thing. If you did not, I want you to work to see if you can figure out which one is correct and which one is not. Okay? Go.
So I got 9 for 6 because it was, you're dividing 58.6 by 6 days. So I just divided it, and I did 5 times 6 and then 4 times 6, and I got 9. And then my remainder was 4, so I made it my numerator, and what you divided by here is your denominator. And then my second answer for the second question was the answer lies between 9 and 10 holes.
I technically got that as well, so.
Great job looking for what kind of problem this is, what you are looking for, what information you need. These are math skills that we use every day. I love that you're using these skills in your morning time. I love your conversations. Keep those conversations going. Now I want you to look at your science question for today. A runner measured the time it took to run 5 kilometers. What can he calculate from the distance and time measurements? I want you to turn with your side partner and discuss what he could calculate from the distance and time. You guys should know this. Go.
I think it's C for the science, because Ms. Helton told us that speed equals distance by time. So I think it's speed. I got speed as well, because it says runner and having a distance the time. So I got speed, and it wouldn't be less.
About morning meeting being an academic piece to our day. So therefore, we always add a science and a math portion to the slides.
So like I said before, we pull from the released EOGs and the Unpacking Standards document for our questions, and we also use our assessment data to inform what questions that we put. There was one time a few weeks ago, I did a post test and I realized that my students did not know how to do operations with decimals. So I talked with Ms. Helton about it, and that was a pattern we saw in the whole 5th grade. So we started putting more of that into our slides in the mornings so that our students could get a little more experience, a little more practice, and see us model it a few more times. So that's how we kind of pick what the content is in our morning meeting slides.
Hi, good evening. My name is Sabrina Leach. Every morning we know that our routine is the same. We come in, unpack our things, and get to work on the question on the board. We usually have a math question that we previously covered in class. I feel like this is very helpful because it is a simple reminder about what we are doing. My favorite part about morning meeting is watching the videos because they give good advice. The videos are also helpful for your life. The questions that go with the videos aren't hard, but help to exercise your brain.
I promise we're almost done. 5th grade science is a first for these students. It's a third tested subject, and it contains a lot of new information that they have to learn. We feel it's important to spiral that information all year, and having students hear scientific vocabulary and to be able to apply that vocabulary is something that is real world, is crucial to their learning. So again, just like math, the questions usually come from DPI release tests as well as SchoolNet assessments.
My name is Morgan Smith. Each day when we come into school, we have a science question on the board. We use our morning meeting notebook and copy the question as well as the answer choices. We sometimes compare our answers with our shoulder partners, or other times we discuss these answers as a class. I feel like morning meeting is important because it gets us ready for the day. My favorite part of morning meeting is answering the video questions because it helps me think really hard about what was in the video. I think morning meeting is actually really good for the class because it helps us understand how to interact in the real world as well as in our classroom. We also learn a lot about each other.
Hi, my name is Dana Reyes Lopez. My favorite thing about morning meeting is the math and science problems. We get to do the work independently and then go over it as a class. Doing this helps me to see any mistakes that I made. The videos that we watch are very interesting and help me with my growth mindset.
And the last thing that we wanted to tell you was that this is also a place where we allow students on Fridays to sometimes write us a letter about their week. Maybe they write us something about at home or at school. It sometimes boosts my ego because they tell me how much they love me a lot, and I need that some days. So we try our best to respond each week to their letters to let them know that we're reading them and that we're listening to them and that we understand what they're telling us.
We want to really thank you for your time tonight and letting us share a glimpse of our morning meeting with you. So thank you.
Ms. Guthrie, you want to make a comment?
Well, first of all, I want to thank North Belmont for such a wonderful presentation. And I noticed that through your presentation, you infused content area, and I think that is so vital. You were really having the students to practice some of the skills that they needed to sharpen. And I like the way that you monitor what's needed and you allow your young people to use those morning lessons or meetings in order to reinforce learning. Another thing that you said, which I truly love, you mentioned growth mindset. So when we look at that fixed mindset and think that we cannot do it, through all of the activities that the students are engaged in, they can't help but to show growth there. I truly love that. And I also noticed that you are enhancing communication skills. And the students are bravely doing that. They are articulating those skills, whether they realize that or not. And the focus area, I am just pleased to know that there's diversity in the classroom. And you're meeting the students where they are and strengthening those skills. Although they do not know, they think basically that this morning meeting is just a routine, but it's skill building. And we thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, and we appreciate.
Wait, Anera's gonna.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
They're a tough act to follow, but we'll do our very best. They were wonderful. So I am Principal Anera Henderson, and I am delighted to be the principal at Woodhill Elementary School and to share with you now about our morning meeting, which we have transformed into a family meeting. We had the opportunity over the summer, thanks to Student Support Services, to attend a training in Colorado with Heather Forbes and Beyond Consequences, a 180 Live conference that focuses on trauma-informed classrooms. And during this training, they talked with us about children who have experienced adverse experiences in their childhood. And Woodhill is a place where many of our children have had to face difficult days and difficult situations. So our morning meeting, family meeting, is a time where we focus on building relationships and our social emotional wellness. Because these adverse childhood experiences can lead to chronic stress. And when children are stressed, they have a small window of stress tolerance. And when they move outside of this window of stress tolerance, that can look like fight, flight, or freezing. And so we want to work with them to help them gather the skills to keep themselves regulated, or when they become dysregulated and they move into a flight, fight, or freeze, they have some skills and spaces that they know are safe where they can recover and continue on with their day. So our family meeting is just that. We're attempting to build relationships and create safe spaces for our children to be just who they are and to experience success at school like every other child. You know, each one of our schools is a unique community, and I am pleased to be there at Woodhill with our precious ones. There we picked up this text that is a mantra that we use that reminds our students every day that they can push through anything. Because one of the parts of building the family and community is mantras. It's having this one voice and reminding students every day that they belong just like they are, and that we're with them 100% of the time through each and every part of their journey. So we have a clip of a class, and they're moving through the greeting like you saw, but they'll focus more on how are we doing today? What zone am I in? Am I in a blue zone where I'm feeling great? Am I in the green zone where I'm okay? Am I in the red zone where I'm not doing so well this morning? They'll focus in that way. And then we have a couple of testimonies, one that just really blessed my heart because I've been with this young man since the first day of school, and to hear him articulate how the family meeting has, I'm about to go to church, has blessed him. It just was wonderful to see. And so again, just a clip of that. The teacher will give her testimony of what she's experienced by transforming the meeting into the family meeting, and then the children will give testimony. And we thank you for this opportunity to share about the great things that are going on at Woodhill, and we hope that you see something wonderful.
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. So we're going to start our morning meeting, but we're going to start with our greeting. Isaiah, could you start us off? We're going to say good morning in 3 different languages. Buenos dias. You're talking to?
Good morning, Devea. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Jenny. Buenos dias, Balan.
Morning, Corbin. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Samara. Buenos dias, Balan.
Good morning, Ariel. Buenos dias, Balan.
Good morning, Jenny.
Shania.
Good morning, Shania. Buenos dias, Balan.
Good morning, Zach. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Kelly. Buenos dias, Balan.
Good morning, Kenneth. Buenos dias, Balan.
Good morning, Jenny. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Maya. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Krishna. Buenos dias, Balan. Good morning, Isaiah. Buenos dias, Balan.
And we say good morning to Mrs. Bernard. Good morning, Mrs. Bernard. Buenos dias, Valan. Good job. Good job, guys. Now we're going to take our seats, and we're going to move into our group activity. Oh, before we sit, sorry, we should check. How are we feeling today? Go to your zones. Check. Let's go to our zones. How are we feeling today? Check. How are we feeling today? We got it today. All of us, most of us are in our green zone. Red zone. Why are you in your red zone today, Sanaya? Hold on. Sanaya speaking. Go ahead. Okay, so what do we do when we're in the red zone? What do we do? Guys, green zone, we got to lead. We got to lead positively. What do we do when we're in the red zone?
Take, eat, breath, relax, draw, color, comment, play, write, talk to teacher.
And guess what? It's going to be yes, it's going to be okay. Why is it going to be okay, everybody? Because we're gonna, you're gonna, and we're gonna. All right, 2 volunteers. Why are we in the green zone? Zach, it's good to see you in the green zone. Why are you in the green zone today?
My mom didn't yell at me in the morning.
Wow, good job. So today what we're going to do? What are we going to do? We're going to lead, help, smile, share, be positive, and we're going to show kindness. Chandler, why are you in the green zone today?
Because I got the right amount of sleep.
You got the right amount of sleep. You see how important sleep is? All right. So guys are going to go. Good. Keep it up. Go to bed early.
Why is family meeting important?
Because it helps me focus on whatever I have to do, and it helps me have respect for others, like Miss Walters, Jeremy, Corbin, Melody, Samaya, and the other Samaya, Zach, Kenneth, Ariel, Samantha, Devea, and Isaiah, and Miriam, Krishna, Hannah, and Elmi. Because when I wake up in the morning, I don't get a right enough of sleep, so I be grumpy sometimes. But today I got a lot of sleep, so now I'm feeling good about today. So I feel like I can do better than I was when I was acting up when I first came here. And when I was bad when I came here because like I didn't really understand my class before, like when I came in here. But now I understand what they do, and like they don't act up when the teacher's talking, and they don't talk over the teacher. And when Ms. Walters tell me something, I need to start listening because I don't like to listen when she talks.
And how has family meeting helped you make those good decisions?
Because it helps me communicate with others, and it helps me learn that it doesn't matter where you come from or where you was raised. You can still learn about the things that others learn about, and it doesn't matter if you're fat, skinny, or tall. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you come from or what you look like. It just matters about how you act and how you learn. The reason why I think that it's important to do family meeting each morning is because it's early in the morning. You might be having a bad day, a good day. So I think it's good to have some self-regulation to start your morning off and put you in a positive mindset to start the day.
The use of family meeting in my classroom has really changed the atmosphere, the animosity, and the attitude of our students. I have seen first-hand experience where it has helped one particular student from being out of control to really making an effort to control himself. The rest of the class also comment on how impactful family meeting has been for them. It has basically allowed them to set their day, start off in a positive manner, and then it goes throughout the day. And then we use family meeting as a reference point when we need to talk about anything, especially those who are off task, out of control. We go back to our mantra, I'm gonna push through, and that is what we use to remind ourselves.
So, I see some similarities, but I see some differences. First, the family meeting. I think that is just phenomenal because you are giving the children the opportunity to have release time. You are giving them the opportunity to develop the space that they need in order to assure you or to let you know how they are going to begin their day. You're giving them the opportunity to establish student-teacher relationship so that teacher will know that there may be some triggers there and I may need to look out for those. Little Johnny may have something going on if he's in the wrong zone. He's trying to tell me something. But on the other hand, if he's in that green zone, he's telling me, hey teacher, I am ready for today. So I just feel like when we offer our children the opportunity to become their own, to be responsible for their own learning, teaching and learning, we're giving them the opportunity to say, I need help, or I need you to understand what I'm going through. That way you can call in your special service folk or assistants and let them know that something's not happening right now with little Johnny. So we do not want him to interrupt the class. We're going to let him take a few minutes outside of the class just to start his day. You know, from the awesome responsibility that the bus driver, whom we recognized here tonight, from his awesome responsibility of getting the children to school, to the responsibilities of teachers who are excited about teaching our children, accepting our children, modifying learning the way that each and every child learns best. Gaston County, I think we should have a blue ribbon for Gaston County. Because what I have heard here tonight is a wonderful way to say to parents that send your children to us, educators that plan sometimes well over into the night, to administrators, and I know Miss Henderson, you've got things going on after school too, Aspire. I know those children are learning even after school because last Monday night Miss Richardson was there with some children. So it's day, afternoon, and sometimes evening. We're doing it, and we greatly appreciate what you're doing each and every day. We don't get to say that much, but I am filled tonight because I have seen from athletics to academics to transportation to parental expressions here tonight. And I'm telling you, we got a lot to be thankful for.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Catherine. We'd like to thank everyone in our classroom that's going across our district every day for our kids. We really great program tonight. Our next item on the agenda allows the opportunity for public expression. This is a time when the board will hear comments from citizens about the matters of public concerns related to the school system. Our board policy sets aside the first 30 minutes of our regular monthly meeting for citizens to address the board. Before we hear from the public, let me outline the rules and procedures. Citizen wishing to make comment and who has completed a request to speak form prior to the beginning of the meeting will be recognized by the chair and then requested to step to the microphone to make their comments. Citizen will state their name and address for the record. Comments will limit to 3 minutes. Members of the board do not respond to public expressions during the public comment period. Public expressions do not allow for comments on confidential or personnel matters. Speakers who wish to give materials to our board will hand it to our clerk. The chair shall rule at all points of order during public expression. We have one tonight. Rachel Reisler. Okay. Reisler. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, my name is Rachel Rissler. My address is 2724 Blackjack Oak Court in Gastonia. I'm a parent in the school district, as well as a daughter of 2 educators, one of whom was a high school principal for 30 years. My parents and my lived experience have instilled in me a belief in the importance of public education that is fair, equitable, and made a priority by the community as the students today become the parents and leaders of tomorrow. And I've loved to see all of the presentations today and awards that's really demonstrating that community spirit here. I grew up watching my father cope with many challenges that come with administration in this field, so I have empathy for you as a board, administrators, and staff and educators who face what you face in your day-to-day responsibilities. I'm also here as a member of Public Schools Strong, which is a statewide group of concerned citizens who will continue to stand up for students' access to honest, accurate, safe, and fully funded public education. I came here tonight to urge the board members to continue to focus attention on the real issues that matter most to our students and take attention less from false controversies meant to distract us while public education is under attack in our country. I ask the board and the community at large to keep focus on hiring more teachers and staff, providing them with much needed resources, especially books, and maintaining the infrastructure that keeps kids safe and healthy while learning. Teachers are also the experts in knowing what resources and materials will help them and their students the most, and I hope that the district will continue to support them in this. The recent Parents' Bill of Rights passed by the legislature implies an assumption that every parent is a great parent with their child's best interest in mind. While most of us are exactly that way, unfortunately, it is the harsh reality that not all of our students have good support at home. Schools have traditionally been a place of safety for kids who may not have it elsewhere. I am concerned that new laws will take that away from kids who need it most when staff are faced with violating a law if they allow a child to talk to them in confidence. I hope the school district will consider publicly affirming its commitment to students of all races, gender identities, and sexual orientation, as well as its commitment to support staff members in these sensitive situations. If students cannot safely turn to staff in a time of need, then students must be provided with information regarding where they can safely go instead. Thank you for your efforts on behalf of the students in our district, and thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next item on the agenda is our approval and correction of minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes for October the 3rd, work session October 16th. So moved. Second. Ken Law. All in favor? That's unanimous. All right, next item on the agenda is our North Carolina Personalized Assessment Tool, and this is the information item. Dr. Powers.
Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chair Cherry, members of the board, and Superintendent Laws. Tonight, I'm going to share just a brief summary with you about the NC PAT, which is our North Carolina Personalized Assessment Tool. I know we covered a lot of this information earlier on this month, but wanted to share just a little bit of information with you tonight. So what is NC PAT? The NC PAT is the North Carolina Personalized Assessment Tool. It is a system of through-grade assessment opportunities that are aimed to create that balanced assessment system for our students and provide detailed, immediate feedback to our teachers. So with all of that educational jargon, what is it really? So with the North Carolina Personalized Assessment Tool, I think this visual gives us a great example. First, I want to share with you there are not any really big changes to the assessment system. Our students are receiving instruction from our teachers, and then they take what we call the North Carolina Check-In, which is a benchmark assessment that assesses their learning on the standards that they have been taught. And we have done that historically. None of that has changed. Once they take that check-in, our teachers are receiving reports next day, and they are able to review that information and that data and put it into action in the classroom and work with our students. And as always, they receive instruction again on those standards and additional standards throughout their pacing guides and curriculum units. And then they take what we know as the end of grade assessments, which are our EOGs. All of that is the same, but historically, the check-in and the EOG have been separate assessments. While they have the same standards, they're covering, they see questions, they are now going to inform one another. So the check-ins will actually inform and give information to what form the students are getting on the end of grade assessment. So where they were separate, they're now connected and will flow. So with the new EOG process, all of our scores from the EOGs, every September I come and stand before you and share results about our reading, mathematics, and our science end of grade assessment results. We will have this new process in grades 4, 5, 7, and 8. So our 3rd through and our 6th graders will actually be a part of the same process we've always known. They're taking check-ins, they take the EOG. Our students in grades 4, 5, 7, and 8 will have the check-ins as well, but the check-ins they're taking and the information they're providing to the state and taking those check-ins will drive the form of the EOG that they receive. And so that information will still be used in the accountability model. It will still drive the school performance grade calculations. None of that is changing. And so what are our next steps? We have shared this information with you in detail, given you a summary of that information tonight. Tomorrow morning, I will stand before our principals and share this information with them and the process in which we're going through, and the state has given us that information to share with principals. But then we will actually provide them with resources, videos from our department that they can share with teachers so that all of our teachers are hearing the same information about NCPAT, so they can be rest assured that this process is nothing completely different. It's a very similar process that we've always had. But we will share videos not only that they can share with their teachers, but also that they can share with parents, so that we're making sure the same language is getting to all stakeholders involved. Chairman Ramsey, that is all I have.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Thank you, Dr.
Okay,
Powers.
thank you.
Next item on the agenda is the Beginning Teacher Support Program Plan. This is Caroline Black.
Good evening. Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, and Superintendent Laws. It's my pleasure to share information about the Beginning Teacher Support Program. At this time, we currently have 254 first-year teachers. These first-year teachers are supported through our TIPS 1 program. This begins with the support from the Human Resources team as new hires and includes ongoing curriculum and classroom support from our Academic Services Department. We currently have 144 beginning teacher 2s and 122 beginning teacher 3s. Our BT2s and 3s receive support through quarterly TIPS 2 and 3 support sessions, where we continue to build their skills and confidence in the classroom. The Beginning Teacher Support Program is a state-required 3-year induction program for teachers within their first 3 years of teaching. It is designed to help new teachers become successful educators, meet professional teaching standards, impact student learning, and help our beginning teachers remain in the profession. The Beginning Teacher Program is part of the required Beginning Teacher Plan that is part of State Board Policy, TCED 016. In our district, we meet these state policy requirements through our HR department support and through our Teacher Induction Program, or what we call TIPS. Our plan contains several required components. These include a documented process for identifying our beginning teachers, implementation of a sound induction process, or what we know as TIPS, a formal process for conducting observations and evaluations, that's what we use our NESAs for, a plan for participating in the beginning teacher monitoring and peer review, and a plan for storing and transferring files as needed. After initial review by our regional educational facilitator, this plan that I've reviewed with you does meet all state requirements. Every 5 years, a team of regional education facilitators from the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction visits Gaston County Schools to review and rate our beginning teacher program. This review from our Department of Public Instruction took place on November 14th of this school year. During this review, districts are typically rated based on 12 standards, which focuses on the strength and impact of our beginning teacher program. Districts must score at least proficient in these 12 standards to be considered compliant with the State Board of Education. I'm happy to report that Gaston County Schools was found to be compliant in all standards. Thank you. I am also thrilled to report that Gaston County Schools received the highest rating possible, distinguished for 5 out of the 12 standards. Gaston County Schools was commended for our efforts in both supporting and retaining our beginning teachers through many innovative measures. This is due to the hard work and dedication of our departments for human resources and our academic service departments as well. Thank you.
But great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All of them, all two. Mhm. So we have approximately 515 beginning teachers in their first 3 years. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Next item is our School Health Advisory Council, and Dr. Bostic. This is the information item also.
Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, Superintendent Laws. This evening I bring you an update on the work of the Student Health Advisory Council. Student wellness, which is board policy 3530, indicates or dictates that the board will maintain a student health advisory council. That committee provides oversight and recommendations for supporting student and staff wellness, and it's composed of members from the school system as well as the community, including school nutrition, health and PE, mental health, school nurses, parks and recreation. Some of our local healthcare providers and the health department are also members of that committee, and this committee meets 3 times a year. The Center for Disease Control suggests focusing on these 10 areas as a framework for improving health and well-being of students and staff in our schools. And so SHAC uses this framework to inform the agenda for our meetings. As you can see in the representation, that many of these areas are represented by the members of this committee. This policy also indicates or includes goals and guidance for addressing nutrition promotion and education, nutrition standards and guidelines, and physical education for what our schools need to provide to our students. And so the SHAC committee regularly receives updates for each of these areas at the meetings and learns about additional resources from our community partners that are shared with our committee of how we can pass those on to our students and our staff. This year, we also allowed for the committee to have input into which of the 10 areas that they wanted to focus on and they felt was most prevalent at this moment. And so, as you can see from this chart, health education was the one that the committee decided they really wanted to focus their attention on. And so, as part of that health education, the committee has been talking about substance use among our students and how to protect our students. Nutrition and healthy relationships. And so our first meeting was on October the 30th, where we talked about how to help our students avoid opioids, which as we know is a crisis in Gaston County, substance abuse, especially as they're suffering mental health issues. And so how can we help support them with their mental health issues to make sure they don't turn to those other substances? And so great presentation on that. And our next two meetings, as you can see, will be January 31st and April 24th. And that is all I have.
All right. Any comments or questions? Thank you, Dr. Boston.
Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is superintendent selection process. I would like to give everyone an update. Our board met on November the 6th and the 13th of 2023 in a special call meeting. We spent time interviewing candidates to be considered for our next superintendent. We will continue this search process with assistance of the North Carolina School Board Association. We look forward to sharing more information with our community as we make our way through the process. Our next scheduled special call meeting is November the 21st, 2023. Okay, this brings us to the consent agenda. This is an action item, so I do need a motion. Mr. Devin, Mr. Chris, second. Any discussion? All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. And this brings us to our superintendent comments.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So Thursday night last week, we had the National Technical Honor Society program, and it was an amazing program. 300 high school seniors were inducted into the National Technical Honor Society, and I want to commend all of them. The highlight was this candle lighting ceremony. They lit 8 candles, and I'm going to have to look at the attributes here. I won't get them. Knowledge, skill, honesty, service, responsibility, scholarship, citizenship, and leadership. These are all traits that we hope our students leave us with, and we promote them daily. And this was just a tremendous program. And I was out of town, so I didn't get to see it, but I know Dr. Folger was there, and some of you got to see it. It was a terrific, terrific event, and I commend all of our CTE teachers and administrators for that. Secondly, it is the holiday season. Does anybody know that? And that means it's parade season. So board members, keep in mind all the parades that are going on, and if you want to see some bands and cheerleaders and all of the great things that accompany a parade, then look at the schedule. I think Bessemer City had the first one. So at any rate, it's an exciting time for parade season, and I hope everybody can enjoy at least one parade in the coming days. Next is the annual bonus for classified employees. As you know, board, you approve the continuation of the annual bonus for qualifying classified employees, and the bonus will be paid November 22nd, which is this week. To qualify for the bonus, a classified employee must have been employed by June 1st of this year and work 50% or more on a regular basis and be an existing permanent employee. The annual bonus is a way that the board chose to say thank you to our classified employees, and we do appreciate them. And finally, as a reminder, Thanksgiving is this week. I don't need to remind you of that, but I do want to remind you that Wednesday is a student holiday, and Thursday and Friday, of course, are annual leave days for teachers and holidays for all employees. The central office will be closed on Thursday and Friday, and so I think there's some joy here. And we hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I was going to, and Todd didn't write it up, I was going to end with how proud I am of these displays tonight, and that nobody could do it better than Gaston County Schools. And Ms. Guthrie, you took all that I was going to say, and you said it far better than I would. So, Mr. Chair, that's the end of my comments.
Well, that's why I look that way every time, because she can articulate.
There you go.
Hey, I've been informed from our attorney, we do not have a closed session. So that's
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Do I have a motion to adjourn over here? Mr. Chris? Mr. Second in command? All in favor? We're adjourned.